When I first met Brenda Kelly, she was living in an incredibly impressive 20-foot off-grid container home. Now she's moved into a slightly larger space, but it's still packed with really clever space-saving features. I'm looking forward to seeing this one.
Bryce!
Hey Brenda.
Good to see you again.
Lovely to see you.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
And this place is certainly a bit of an upgrade, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit bigger than my last one. You may have noticed.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about the construction of this house. How did this all come about?
It was always the plan to build a council compliant larger container home. The little one that you interviewed me in before was just the temporary measure prototype to sort of get a feel for the construction and the build, and also be able to get out here on my land and stop paying rent.
Sure.
So I was in there for a good year and a half, and well, we got this all signed off and built, and now it's time for me to move in. So it's been
Excellent.
great.
And so before we talk too much about this new place, what was it like for the whole rest of the time living in the 20-foot container?
I loved it. It was actually quite sad moving out. I didn't find it too small or anything at all. It was fantastic. It was very much a home. I did learn a few lessons from it. So when I was building one again, I'd probably double the battery bank, put another solar panel on just to see me right through winter, and additional rainwater catchment. But other than that, and those are all things you learn as you go, everything else I wouldn't change a thing. It was brilliant. I love it, and I've got it tenanted out at the moment, and he certainly enjoys it too. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's a really great example of the evolution of what people can do with small spaces, because it's a great stepping stone.
Yep.
And then as well, when you're ready to move onto a larger space and you have that available to you, it can actually then double as an income.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's sort of paying my mortgage at the moment, so it's brilliant.
Fantastic. And so this place here, we're looking at, what is this? This is a 40-foot container?
That's right, so we've got a 40-foot container and a 20-foot as well going perpendicular to it, so it's about 45 square metres all up.
Great. That is quite a large space, eh? Big step up.
It is. I don't know what to do with all the space, to be honest.
Tiny by regular house standards still.
True.
But yeah,
on the
definitely
large side of the tiny definition.
on the large side of the tiny definition.
Yes,
Well, I'm really excited to have a look inside. Can we take a peek?
Absolutely, come on in.
All right.
Welcome.
Wow. This is absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
And you walk in here, and that just dominates, doesn't it?
$1 million view.
What an impressive view.
Yes, that's one of the things I fell in love with the site. So obviously I wanted to build to make the most of that, and I think I've achieved that with this design and lovely outdoor area to make the most of it.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
And it really helps just to add a huge sense of space, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So with any tiny home, I think you want to utilise the outdoors as well. And what we've done here is created a whole outdoor living area, and with the clear blinds we've got, we can close it off. So even in the middle of winter, you've got a functional all-weather outdoor space for entertaining and the likes. Yeah.
So firstly, let's have a chat about the kitchen. This is really lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, we've got the composite stone bench top there.
Yep.
So it's compact, but it's everything you need. We've got a sort of a dish drawer, compact oven and 2-burner hob combo going on, so it fits all in a nice compact space, which means you can maximise the rest for your storage and things like that. Energy efficient appliances right throughout. Yeah, very functional kitchen.
And the lounge here. This looks very familiar as well.
It is very familiar. That's my good old trusty sofa with the old built-in storage. It doubles as my entertainment cabinet.
Perfect.
Doubles as a spare bed. One of many spare beds in this home.
Perfect.
So yeah, great use for tiny homes as well.
And so this here is the 20-foot container that's joined on, right?
That's right, yes. So
what have you got in there?
So this is set up as an additional room. It could be an additional bedroom, an additional anything you want really. I've got my desk here, so it serves as my office. Also serves as a spare bed.
Really?
Yes.
Right,
Would
okay.
you like to see that in action?
I would love to see it in action.
Right, so this is what I call a desk bed. So desk by day, you can leave everything on it, and bed by night.
Brilliant.
So another great solution for small spaces or people who think they need a spare room and an office. You can basically get two for the price of one with innovative furniture like this. Over against this wall, we've got a wall bed that folds down over a couch.
Yep.
So you've got built-in storage. This is just a prototype, so it's not the finished model, but we'll have storage under there.
Right.
And couch by day. queen size bed by night.
Oh, brilliant.
So great for studio units and things like that, or where you just don't have the space for a couch and a bed, 2 for the price of 1.
So, I mean, you can quite easily sleep 3 people in this room alone.
You can, and in fact, this is another example of an innovative product. So it's just a storage cubby, if you like.
Right.
What it does have, though, is the ability to be a wardrobe, as well as we've got additional little storage cubbies here.
Gotcha.
And it's freestanding, so we can, if I am ever at a stage where I need to turn this into 2 bedrooms, this can go sort of along the centre there. We can rearrange the doors so that half of them open up on the other side, and then you've got a wardrobe and a storage cubby for each room. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
And shall we have a wander down to the other side of the house?
can indeed.
Alrighty. It's not very often in a tiny house tour that I actually get to say, shall we wander to the other side of the house?
No, imagine you don't. So in here we've got our bathroom. Small, but everything you need. It's got a full-size shower, full-size vanity, mirror cabinet. Fits my washing machine as well underneath the little cavity that's been built in there.
Excellent.
From the kitchen on the other side, so laundry as well.
And what about the toilet here? What kind of toilet are you using?
Yep, so that's a standard dual flush toilet. It actually runs from the rainwater that we collect from the roof for the flushing along with the washing machine, so we're saving on our water usage that way. In terms of the wastewater system on the site, we've got a vermiculture based system. It's great for off-grid scenarios because it's gravity fed on this particular site, so we don't need a pump, doesn't need anything like that. It's looks after itself really. It uses those magical tiger worms that do their little business. It's got some plant filters as a secondary filter system, and then a drip feeds throughout the site. So really eco-friendly, low maintenance, brilliant.
And behind you is the master bedroom.
Master bedroom, yes, come on through.
Oh, another really lovely space.
Yeah, thank you. It's compact, but it's all I need. So we've used the wardrobe, uses mirrored doors to enhance that feeling of space. Plenty of storage for everything behind, and what I don't fit in there, which isn't a lot to be fair, but this is another example of a real innovative storage solution. So our bed actually doubles as storage space. So I've got about another cubic metre under here,
oh,
just where I
wow.
store my tramping gear and camping gear and things at the moment.
Far
so,
out. That's brilliant.
Yep, another great storage maximising, space saving type furniture.
And let's have a look at the outdoor area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now this space really is something quite special, isn't it?
It is. I spend a lot of time out here. I think with any small home, you want to maximise the outdoors as well. And with this cover and the deck and with the clear blinds, it's become as an all-weather outdoor entertaining area, so it's great.
Absolutely. Because especially with the shape of a 40-foot container, quite easily it can feel really narrow and compressed. But by adding these bifold doors and opening out onto this enclosed deck area, you've just gained all of this space.
Absolutely. It's like adding another room to the house.
It really is. And it actually does really make it feel quite big.
Yeah, yeah.
Now here at this location, you're still running on solar power, right?
I'm actually what's called grid tied.
Okay.
So I have a 2 kilowatt solar power system, but it feeds into the grid. So how that works is during the day when I'm generating more than I'm using, I sell it back to the power company, they give me a little bit of a credit, and then at night time I pay more, but I buy it back off them. Because it's just the one of me here, I'm actually have 0 power bill. So what I export a heck of a lot more than what I import.
That's excellent.
And it means I can run everything 240 volts, whereas I was on 12 volt before, and I had the battery bank, which I don't have here. So.
What about water collection here? Because from memory, in the last place you had 400 litres of rainwater.
Memory.
This time, are you still just collecting rainwater, or are you hooked into the mains for that as well?
We're hooked into the mains as well, but we're also collecting. So all the rainwater captured from the roof feeds into a 1,000 litre water tank, which is stored in our utilities cupboard. That is plumbed to the toilet and the laundry, so you're saving about 45% of your water costs by doing that. It also doubles as a retention tank, which keeps the council happy and it minimises your stormwater runoff on your site. When it comes to the potable water, which is the sink and the shower and the likes, that's all done from the mains.
One of the things about this section that I noticed is it is super steep. How difficult was it to get such a large container onto this section and actually prop it all up?
It was easier than you'd expect. I think one of the reasons I got the site as cheap as I did is most people took one look and thought, I can't build a home on that. But the beauty of containers is because of their structural integrity, 9 times out of 10 they only need supporting on their 4 corners. So they're suitable for timber pile foundations, which are really cost effective, and they're ideal for your sloping sites like this.
So how long have you actually been in the house now?
Probably coming up to about 4 or 5 months. I think I moved in just before Christmas.
Right. And how have you been finding living in the space?
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's like a holiday home. Every time I hit that roundabout on the way out here, it's just such a beautiful environment, and you just really look forward to coming home. And yeah, I don't want to leave in the morning. It's just great. It's a dream come true.
I mean, you're used to less than 10 square metres, and now you've jumped up to almost 45 square metres. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
What's that transition like?
I found myself accumulating a lot more than I need just because I've got the space for it now, which is a bad habit to get into. But I mean, it's great. I don't have to think twice. I don't have to go through my wardrobe every 6 months and give things to the Sallies because I've got the space to store it now. But I'm going to try and get back into that habit because there's a lot of stuff I don't need even in a house this size. But it's nice having that option there if you need to. You've got that space.
Is there anything that you miss about the smaller space?
Ooh, good question. I don't think so. It was very cosy, sort of easy to heat and things like that. So I haven't had a winter here yet. I imagine it will be a bit more to heat just being a bigger space. But I've got the additional being able to entertain more people here and things as well. So it's got those advantages. But no, I loved a tiny space and I love the space. I think they've both got things going for them.
And I guess the big question now is, how much did this space cost to build?
Yeah, well, I'm in business doing this. So this particular model, the 40-foot with the single bedroom and kitchen, bathroom, living room, retails for $90,000 plus GST. And our 20-foot add-on is an additional $32,000 plus GST. So all up, this build is about $122,000 plus GST, excluding your foundations and your site works, delivery and consents.
Right. So, I mean, if you weigh that up compared to the cost of a conventional build, it's relatively cheap, isn't it, in comparison?
It's affordable. You get a few people that think, oh, I can get a second-hand trade me for a couple of grand and do it myself and have a really cheap home. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. You know, there's a lot of engineering that goes into it. The installation alone is 3 times the cost of normal installation, and then you're fitting it out with everything you would a normal home. So it does cost, and especially our models with the eco features and things are more than what someone could potentially do it themselves. But when you look at the long-term cost of the build over its lifetime, given the fact this is going to far exceed the 50-year minimum our building code requires, then it's definitely cheap from that perspective.
Well, I think you've done a really spectacular job with this build, eh? It's a lovely home, and I have no doubt that it's going to serve you for a long time to come.
So, I hope so.
Thank you very much for showing me around. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This really is a very impressive build project, and even though it's quite a bit larger than a lot of the places I'm used to visiting, I think it really goes to show what you can achieve if you take some of those really clever small space design principles and upscale them. I think that she has done a fantastic job.